Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, brought to you today by mineral explorer Whitecliff Minerals, ASX code WCN. I'm Matt Birney, and I'm joined now by the Executive Chairman of Whitecliff Minerals, Rod McIllree. Hi, Rod.
Good to be with you again, Matt.
Okay, Rod, so Whitecliff has just picked up a big chunk of ground in Canada that's littered with historic mines that mined everything, I think, from uranium to silver, copper, gold, lead, nickel and cobalt. You're calling the project Radium Point. Where is it? How much ground does it cover? And which mineral do you consider it to be most prospective for?
Yeah, no, it's a big project, Matt. It's located in the Northwest Territories in Canada. The area covers about 3,300 square kilometres, for which, those listeners on the East Coast is roughly one-third the size of Greater Sydney area. It's predominantly a uranium project.
Well, let's talk uranium. What evidence do you have, if any, of historic uranium mining at the project or even historic uranium shows?
Yeah, no, the project has quite a deep history, actually. It was first discovered in the 1900s. They started mining in the mid-1930s. Uranium mining finished, I think, in around about the late 50s. During that time, it produced almost 14 million pounds of uranium oxide.
What's the uranium price doing at the moment?
Over the last 24 months, it's had a pretty steady glide upwards, actually. You go back a couple of years, it was around about $20 a pound. I think that was probably unsustainable at the time, but now it's sort of nudging up towards $100 a pound, which is good for the industry.
Now, uranium aside for a moment, there are plenty of other minerals mined historically at Radium Point. Do you have any data on them?
It's been a prolific producing region, actually. Almost 35 million ounces of refined silver, 11.5 million pounds of copper, including sort of gold credits in there as well, 104,000 kilos of lead, 130,000 kilos of nickel, 230,000 kilos of cobalt. So a very prolific production region.
Just roughly, how many old mines or old workings are scattered across this project? So when I look at your maps, it looks like a hell of a lot.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing area, actually. There's the old timers, there's upwards of 60 different mine sites there. Predominantly three main mines produce those metals we discussed before. But, there's prospectivity all over this project area.
Rod McIllree from Whitecliff Minerals, thanks for joining me on Bulls and Bears. And remember, we're only here to give you information, not advice, which you should, of course, seek independently. I'm Matt Birney, and this is Bulls and Bears.
For more public company interviews, go to the Money page on the 6PR, 2GB, 3AW and 4BC websites and click the Public Companies tab.